The young Filipino boy steps onto the America's Got Talent stage with a mixture of nervousness and determination written across his face. He holds the microphone carefully, as if it's something sacred, and his small hands tremble slightly under the weight of the moment. The massive stage lights glow above him, casting a gentle halo that highlights his innocence and bravery. As he introduces himself, his voice is soft, almost shy, and the judges lean in to hear him more clearly. When he says he will be performing Lupang Hinirang, the Filipino national anthem, there is a brief pause in the room. Some audience members murmur in surprise, while others nod respectfully, instantly recognizing the significance of what he is about to do. The judges exchange curious looks, unsure of what to expect from such a young contestant choosing such a powerful and patriotic song. Simon Cowell, in particular, raises an eyebrow, not out of doubt, but out of genuine interest. The boy takes a deep breath, trying to steady himself as he glances around the enormous theater. The sheer size of the space, the cameras, and the thousands of eyes watching him could overwhelm anyone, yet he stands firm, grounded by the pride he carries for his country. With one final inhale, he places the microphone closer to his lips, prepared to deliver a performance that he hopes will honor the Philippines and touch the hearts of everyone present. The stage lights slowly dim until only a single, bright spotlight remains, shining directly on the young Filipino boy. The crowd quiets instantly, sensing the seriousness of the moment. In that intense stillness, he lifts his chin slightly, gathering every ounce of courage he has. As the first note leaves his lips, something remarkable happens. The purity of his voice fills the entire auditorium with a calm yet powerful presence. It's clear, strong, and unexpectedly mature for someone so young. The acoustics of the theater catch his tone perfectly, allowing it to echo gently through the hall like a soft, reverent prayer. People in the audience lean forward unconsciously, drawn in by the sincerity of his delivery. His eyes shine with emotion, and though he stands alone on the giant stage, he sings with the heart of 1,000 voices behind him. Every syllable of Lupang Hinirang comes out with depth, respect, and a quiet pride that radiates through the room. The cameras zoom in on his face, capturing the subtle quiver in his lips and the determination in his gaze. Even the judges seem momentarily stunned. Heidi and Sophia exchange glances filled with admiration, while Howie nods slowly, absorbing the unexpected beauty of the performance. The atmosphere becomes almost sacred. Nobody dares to move, cough, or whisper. In that moment, it no longer feels like a talent show, it feels like a tribute, a heartfelt offering from a young boy representing millions back home. His voice continues to rise, growing stronger with each line. As the boy's voice continues to rise with each line of Lupang Hinirang, the atmosphere inside the theater shifts from silent admiration to deep emotional engagement. The camera pans across the audience, revealing faces filled with awe and surprise. Some people have their hands instinctively placed over their hearts, moved by the sincerity and purity of the performance. A few Filipino viewers in the crowd, visibly touched, slowly rise to their feet out of respect, their eyes glistening with pride and homesickness. The anthem resonates with them in a way that only those far from home truly understand. The judges watch with growing intensity. Heidi's expression softens, clearly impressed by the boy's control and emotional connection to the song. Sophia places a hand against her chest, visibly moved. Howie nods rhythmically, absorbing the patriotic power of the moment. Even the studio crew, usually focused on their work, pause just to listen. More people in the audience begin standing, first a handful, then dozens, until entire sections of the theater rise in unison. The atmosphere transforms into something solemn and respectful, almost like a ceremony rather than a talent show. Soft murmurs of admiration ripple through the room, followed by quiet sniffles as the boy's voice hits a particularly emotional line. The anthem continues to resonate, gathering strength, and the audience becomes part of a wave of shared emotion, unified by the sincerity of the young performer pouring his heart into every word. As the boy reaches the most powerful section of Lupang Hinirang, the camera shifts to the judges' panel, capturing a moment that no one expected. Simon Cowell visibly moved. His usual stern expression softens, and for a second, he looks almost taken aback by his own reaction. He leans back in his chair, eyes fixed on the young performer, as if trying to understand how such a small child could deliver something so emotionally profound. The gentle tremble in the boy's voice, mixed with unwavering pride, hits Simon in a way few performances ever have. A close-up shot reveals Simon's eyes glistening, shiny, reflective, holding back emotion. He slowly exhales, his face relaxing, losing the trademark critical intensity he's known for. He isn't judging anymore, he's simply feeling. The anthem's melody rises, echoing across the vast theater, and Simon's heart seems to respond with equal intensity. Next to him, Heidi glances at Simon with surprise, noticing his rare emotional shift. Sophia smiles softly, touched by how deeply the moment is affecting him. Even Howie looks impressed, leaning closer to the stage. As the boy hits a soaring high note, the audience erupts into involuntary cheers, unable to contain their admiration. Simon closes his eyes briefly, as if overwhelmed, then opens them with a look of quiet respect. It's a moment that strips away the layers of television and competition, leaving only raw humanity, a young child's voice powerful enough to move even the toughest judge. As the final note of Lupang Hinirang rings out across the America's Got Talent theater, a wave of emotion sweeps through the room. For a heartbeat, there is complete silence, an almost sacred pause where everyone absorbs the magnitude of what they just witnessed. Then, as if triggered by the same spark, the audience rises to their feet in a thunderous standing ovation. Cheers erupt from every corner, echoing off the walls as people clap, whistle, and shout praise toward the young Filipino boy standing center stage. The boy lowers the microphone slowly, his chest rising and falling with heavy breaths after giving everything he had. His eyes widen in disbelief as he sees thousands of people standing for him, many with tears streaming down their faces. Filipino flags wave proudly in various parts of the audience, held by people who are crying, smiling, and calling out "Bravo" and "Mabuhay." The judges stand as well, each wearing a look of genuine admiration. Heidi beams, Sophia presses a hand to her heart, and Howie nods with pride. But it's Simon who steps forward first, clapping with a slow, deliberate respect rarely seen from him. His expression is soft, emotional, and deeply sincere. Cameras flash, capturing the moment that feels bigger than a simple audition. It feels like history. The boy tries to hold back tears, overwhelmed by the love pouring toward him. In that moment, he's not just a contestant, he is a symbol of pride, courage, and the power of a voice that reached across cultures and touched an entire crowd.